What's going on, everybody? It's your main man, 360, the poet from the Morning Wood, and I'm here to talk to you about the Sci-Fi Center. It's your Vegas home for science fiction, horror, and fantasy. From comic books, toys, and posters to movie screenings and live events, they've got you covered. Located at 900 Cameron Avenue, Suite B209, give them a call, 702-900-4335, or reach them at thescificenter.com.
Welcome back. Happy Wednesday. Once again, it is, what are we at? A week and a half till Christmas? 12 days? 13th, 15th, 12 days, yeah. Oh, that's funny. I should have did the on the 12th day of Christmas thing because I didn't even think about that. But, welcome back. Happy, well, you know what? You know what's so funny? I forgot to mention last week. I wanted to put in one of my little dad jokes there, so I'll do it now. But last week, I ended up paying my rent for the rest of the year. You know, so I feel like I'm balling. You don't get it. It's okay. December's the last month of the year, so when you say that, it sounds good, but ultimately you just pay one more month because it's the last month of the year. Anyway, yeah, no, don't like my little dad jokes? I figured you guys should. You like my little Christmas hat that I have going on here. This past week, my weekend review, the holidays are coming here, and, you know, I'm actually ready for them. Like, I'm kind of getting back in the spirits for the Christmas holiday. Christmas is near completion for me. Typically, I got both of the older kids' presents out the way. Ooh, excuse me. My son, he's a gamer like his dad. He likes to play the game, but he also has a short attention span. So you have to make sure the game is interesting. Otherwise, he's going to give up pretty fast. Typically, the good thing is I'm a good judge on character when it comes to video games. So I'll only put one of those games on when I know he's just wanting to play it with his cousins or friends, you know, somebody that's over at the house, whatever. However, you know, I went and got him a PSP. I want to take him back to my young days, you know, when I wanted stuff like that. They got some cool little games, especially some Spider-Man games on there that he can play. But I'm sure he's going to love it for Christmas. I'm sure he's going to appreciate it. He's going to be so happy, and I just can't wait to see his little face light up from it. My daughter, my oldest one, she just wants this big old doll or Barbie house. And, man, even though it's expensive, like, they're going to get what they want because I don't want my kids to ever feel like they can't get what they want for Christmas. Now, mind you, typically, my kids have got a few little presents that have been scrambled that I bought throughout the year that are like minor things. But I always let them choose one thing that I'll go and buy for them. I always let them choose one. And they don't know that I'll go buy it until Christmas comes. Because when they always tell me, I always like, so I always switch it up like, oh man, I don't know if I can get that this year, or no, you're going to have to ask your mama to get that because I can't do it. You know what I mean? Playing with them just to see that face on Christmas morning. So, Miracle and Junior will be the next ones on my list, which I'll probably get them out the way this week when payday comes. Because God knows you got to wait for payday. But I'm happy that majority of it is pretty much done, like clothes and shoes. They've got all of that stuff good to go. I don't have to worry about it too much. Also, you know, thankfully to my best friend Sydney, we've been doing a lot of Christmas things together. We went to Hobby Lobby and got Christmas decorations for the door. We put up the Christmas tree, you know, at our house and got all that taken care of. But I love it because it actually has been putting me back in the Christmas and the holiday spirit. Like, it's been lifting my spirits to make me want to celebrate and enjoy the holidays rather than kind of sulk and, you know, not enjoy them in a way. But I've been pretty happy about that. My kid's mom got me some socks that I really enjoy. I should have took a picture, or I should have worn them today so you guys could have seen them. But they are pictures of me and my kids individually, me and each kid individually. And it's cutouts of our heads together, all put on socks, and it's of me and the kids. Different pictures of me and the kids with the cutouts. She put them on socks, and it says Thomas Family on there. And it's pretty cool to see that with me and my little one. So it meant a lot to me. Plus, I love socks, so I don't think she know how much that really meant to me. But I appreciate it. I do appreciate it. Let's see here. Okay. All right. I forgot about this part here. So Also, what I do want to talk about is like something that being the nice guy. I'm like over that shit. You know what I mean? In a way. And I'll talk more about that whole thing because I agree with the nice guys never win. And that's just in general. Like, I don't want nobody to take that into like just dating. I mean, in general, when it comes to work, when it comes to friends, family, associates, when it comes to anything, you know, being the nice guy is just, it's a bit overplayed. You know, it's not really worth it. You know what I mean? You don't really, it's undercompensated. That's the word I'm looking for, undercompensated. Let's see here. I do need to go get a Christmas tree, though, because I need to put one of those up. I almost forgot about doing that. I do need to get a Christmas tree. Now, I say that, and a lot of people, when I say being the nice guy sucks, they think I instantly want to go to being a toxic or, you know, all of this good stuff. And no, that's not the case at all. I don't have to be toxic to pretty much stop being a nice guy. Doesn't mean I have to go into straight toxicity. It means I can go into straight self-improvement. Like, I can just worry about me and me only. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have to worry about the extras. I don't have to worry about nothing else kind of being an issue for me. Like, I can just kind of do me in a sense or in a way without worrying about too much. You know? I'm just being honest. Just being honest. But one thing I did want to say is with that, I brought that up because I know this is going to sound crazy to you all, but I want to take a break from growing. Does that make sense? Like, I don't want to grow. I more so just want to stay stagnant in a way of being the bigger person. Like, I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to be the bigger person anymore. I guess that's what I should say. I don't want to be the bigger person anymore. I'm over it. I think now I just want to be, how do I say it? The bad guy. I think I want to be a bad guy. And is it wrong to feel that way? Some may think so. I don't think so. I think I honestly, now more than ever, with my mental being the way it's been going through, man, I think I'm going to be starting my villain arc, so to say. I give opportunities, I give chances, I give options, but I think because no one has seen the devil that lives inside of me, they think they can take advantage of me, right? Or because I may have put the devil away inside of me. I put him in a cage and locked him up. They think that I throw away the key, you know, and I'm over it in the sense of fuck it all. I've gotten to a point where you want to see the bad guy, so be it. Honestly, life was a lot easier when I let the bad guy take control, believe it or not. It's crazy because I feel like I can do that to afford a mental break, right? Everyone says I should not put my mental on the back end to take a break like that, right? And I'm not taking a break on improving my mental. I'm just taking a break on being the good guy. I'm taking a break on being the nice guy. It also, and again, you know, taking breaks has been shown to be important in recovering from stress, which can in turn improve your performance. Recovering from work stress can restore energy and mental resources and decrease the development of fatigue, sleep disorders, and cardiovascular disease. Now, one reason why I want to feel like I want to take a break from all of that is simply because I feel like it is super important. I wanted to find a way to increase my focus, and I feel like I can't do that with focusing on everything else but what I need to. Does that make sense? So, like this one here from BetterUp blog, betterup.com, it says the importance of taking breaks, it helps increase your focus. So, have you taken a break today? Anybody? I've taken one earlier, you know what I mean, when I was preparing for the show this morning, and I definitely took a break, and I had to come away and walk back because I got to a writer's block, so to say, on how I wanted to word everything and how I wanted to talk about it, because I don't want it to come off as if I just want to go tear the city up. like I'm out to be evil or destructive. I don't want it to sound that way. I want it to sound in a way that I am actually choosing to do what I want to do and how I want to do it and when I want to do it, with no ifs, ands, or buts. Honestly. Anything counts, even if it was your lunch break, as long as it gave you some downtime away from work, we're happy. The importance of taking breaks stretches far and wide. Breaks help your productivity, energy levels, and ability to focus, not to mention your mental health and well-being. All right, that's what we're talking about here today. But perhaps you struggle to take breaks. We know it's not as simple as it sounds, and you might think you're shrugging off your work or being lazy, but you're wrong. When you learn how valuable it is to give yourself a break, while still in control, you'll wonder why you didn't start taking breaks sooner. I kid you not, man. Breaks and work performance are two sides of the same coin, and people don't understand that, because if it's not a question of if we should take breaks, it's a question of when and for how long. A break is a time for yourself. It's when you have a chance to stand up and stretch, grab some food, or search for stress relief. Taking a break from work or life is a necessity for your productivity and focus, right? The idea that we need to remain focused on one single task for as long as possible has been debunked by many studies. In fact, researchers have found that when our brains get used to something, performance and productivity begin to plummet because we're so used to doing it. They also found that paying attention to single tasks for too long is harmful to performance. But taking short breaks ultimately helps us stay focused for longer. That's why brain breaks are important. They allow us to regroup and gather our attention, rather than continue fighting for concentration, which just makes us unproductive in the end. Now, some researchers have also found that lengthy breaks are counterintuitive because workers grow bored and fatigued more easily. The amount of time we rest for matters. We need to ensure that we're taking breaks and boost our energy levels. We also need to find the right time to take those breaks. This is the part that I want to get to, because it talks about when you should actually take those breaks and not just why, right? There is no set rules for taking breaks. However, it's great if we take a break in the morning, afternoon, or evening. Or better yet, during all those times. Taking breaks throughout your workday or in life is necessary. Since we can't focus intently for 8 hours at work straight, we need to stretch, eat, and look at something other than our screens. For me, it's 12 hours, but yeah, that's still cool. The statistics on taking breaks at work are alarming. One survey by Torque explored how people feel about taking a break from work and how often they do it. Here's what they found. I'm going to be here somewhere, watch. 22% of workers feel judged when they take a break from work in the middle of the day. 39% of workers only occasionally, rarely, or never take a break. That's me. 94% of employees who take breaks feel like their breaks refresh their perspective on work. Over 9 in 10 employees were more likely to stay at a job if their managers encourage people to take breaks. Now, even though taking breaks is beneficial, we mentioned that sometimes we should avoid breaks. We shouldn't take breaks if we're in what's known as a flow state, where we're effortlessly focusing and enjoying our task. That's when our productivity is at its highest, so we don't want to interrupt. That said, here are a few signs that you should take a break. You feel Zoom fatigue setting in, or you're working too much on one single task. You're hungry and need a healthy snack break, right? We all can use one of those sometimes. You are feeling frustrated and need to clear your mind, and you find it hard to concentrate on anything. BetterUp can provide the guidance you need to acknowledge when your body needs a break and how you can make the most of your downtime. A different break for every need is something that we all need to realize that's possible. Because I think let me not say it like that. Some of us are so focused on completing the task at hand, I think we feel like a break is not going to do anything but hinder that completion. What I've learned from that is sometimes we'll get to the middle of that and we want to focus the task at hand, and we get to a point where we get a block where we can't really think straight, or we don't know what to do or say next, right? So in turn, what I realize is every time that happens to me, I'll get up, I'll do maybe like 5 or 10 push-ups, something minor, something minimal, 5 or 10 push-ups, walk around for a second, you know what I mean, grab something to drink, and then come back and pick up where I left off. It's been easier for me to deal with things when I learned that when it's becoming too overwhelming or I can't think straight, shake it off and walk it off and come back to it. It works. I'm telling you, it works. I mean, for me, it does anyway. Now, a different break for every need. Breaks fulfill a variety of needs. Sometimes they fill our stomachs, lower our stress levels, and give us a change of scenery away from our workspace. And we can't forget the importance of taking a break from social media. At the end of the day, we should value any reason to take a break. We'll be grateful for all the benefits these breaks provide. So I like that because I have a lot going on when it comes to the radio show or my side hustles or in social media in general. It plays a huge part in finances for me in a way, right? And I had to make the executive decision that I got to step away for a second because mentally I could be doing a lot better with this as well. But it's just mentally I have to take a break away. I've got to step back, realign myself, refocus, get back in the groove, and get back to where I want to be, right? And yeah, stepping away from social media was the cause. Like I had to do that. I had to for myself. A lot of people say, well, you shouldn't because of this. I understand that. And that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make for myself. You know what I mean? Because I believe I'm always going to bounce back from it regardless of what may happen with that social media. I can always get back to where I was, right? I've done it before, so I can get there again. And now I want to learn to get there and then excel. And for that, I need a break away. I need some time away. It's nothing personal. But perhaps you're overwhelmed by the different types of breaks you can take. The right kind of break can have an impact on how beneficial it is. Me personally, I don't know what kind of break I need, but I need something. So I'm going to take every break I can and go from there, honestly. However, knowing what kind of break to take is challenging. So we'll provide some suggestions. Best incorporating the Pomodoro technique while taking breaks to help with time management. Here are a few different types of breaks to try. Ooh, this was gonna get good. One is a nature break. Step outside and feel the fresh air. It's nice to move away from our workspace and look at new things. That way our focus recharges for when we return to work. Walking will get your blood pumping, but even sitting outside will help change things up. Yay. Social media break. Being mindful of your social media intake helps your mental health. It can also help you be more present. Setting limits on how much time you spend on certain apps is a way of enforcing your breaks. Facts. Power nap break. Napping isn't for everyone, but some love it. Power naps boost our energy levels and help with difficulty concentrating. Now, if I took a power nap like around 12 or 1, I'll be okay. But anytime after that, I'll be up all freaking night. And one thing I hate doing. Oh, I hate it. Number 4 is a dance break. Turn on your favorite song and groove for a bit. Dancing is a physical activity that'll increase your heart rate and give you time to stretch if your job forces you to stay seated. Honestly, I don't have that much rhythm. All I know how to do is 2-step, stay in my lane. That's it. Go from there, and that's all I got to do. Then you have a creative break. Now, if your job or if life doesn't allow you to express your creativity, breaks can. You can do this by drawing paintings, journaling, or whatever form of creative expression you enjoy. Whatever. Within reason, right? Depending on where you at. Daydreaming breaks. Daydreaming while your work isn't always a good idea. While you work, but at home is. Just not while you work. But doing it over a break is super beneficial. It allows your mind to wander, dream, and can even spark new ideas. 7 is mindfulness meditation breaks. Mindfulness activities like taking deep breaths or tuning into your emotions can relax you. It helps you find stress relief and slow down your otherwise chaotic days. 8 is food breaks. I think we all kind of love food breaks. We want to get something to eat. We all get a little hungry sometimes. Everyone needs food to fuel their concentration and focus levels. So please, let's take our lunch breaks. Taking a healthy snack break between bigger meals can even make a difference. This here is a very important detail to all of this, which is don't lose self-control. Because if you've lost self-control through any kind of healing or growth you're trying to do, it's pointless. It's pointless. Again, me right now, growth and healing, I'm more so just trying to go back to step 1 in a way. That's it. I'm just trying to get back to step 1 and start over again. That's really it. So you've decided to take a break and do some daydreaming. You're feeling quite relaxed during your downtime that only lasts. However, until you realize you've been daydreaming for the past 45 minutes, now you have to work twice as hard to get something done by the end of the day because you lost track of time, right? And that could have been you folding laundry, cleaning up the kitchen, cleaning up the living room, whatever the case may be, but you could have sat down and daydreamed for a second, and there we have it. You know what I mean? Things happen. Okay. Also, you don't want to break like this. Your focus won't be recharged. It will be taken away, plus it's a form of procrastination. You aren't being mindful of the important tasks at hand or truly resting. I think a lot of y'all are like that. Or a lot of us. Sometimes we get into some of those breaks that turn into procrastination, and because it's so cool to be there, it feels so nice, it's hard to get out, and we don't know how to stop procrastinating. Man, I've been there. Still be there sometimes. Simple activities like watching a funny video or chatting with your neighbor can turn into hours of distraction. These things may seem lighthearted, but they diminish your productivity. Luckily, you can arm yourself with some tools to help you stay in control, because that's the biggest thing. We want to stay in control, right? Yeah? All right. Here are a few ways to keep your breaks on track. Use a timer when you take your breaks. Timers help you be exact with your break time and remind you when they're over. Use either a virtual or physical calendar to schedule regular breaks and stay on a set timeline. Post-its or other notes around your work environment also remind you to take your breaks and when to finish them. Doing a concentration exercise as a break and resuming work when finished. Some tools may work better for you than others, so try several until you find what works for you. Whatever tool you choose, make sure that you stick to it and hold yourself accountable. Now, see breaks as a part of your workday. Now, when you're working, I don't know. If you're like me, I get a certain amount of breaks, but I don't take them all because sometimes if it's a little slow, I feel like I'm on break already, if that makes sense. So I may not take them all the time. But the more you adjust to the idea that the break should be a regular part of your day, the better. But that doesn't mean it's easy. Sometimes our days are super busy with time-sensitive work, and we feel like we can't justify a pause. We should still make breaks a priority, which I've been there before. I feel like if I take a break, I won't be able to get it done on time. One study found that micro breaks still have positive impacts on employees' work performance. Micro breaks are things like standing up to stretch, filling a water bottle, or petting your cat. The researchers found that employees who took micro breaks had higher work engagement, higher quality of work, and more positive attitude towards work. Micro breaks help our work performance, which shows that taking breaks increases our overall productivity. Even the smallest of breaks are healthy to include in your workday. Taking longer breaks to prevent decision fatigue. I think we can all benefit from this here. Even though micro breaks have excellent benefits, sometimes we need longer breaks. We can't forget about vacations and staycations. For example, they help us unwind and recharge our minds. Long breaks can also help us disconnect from work and technology. They encourage us to unplug and be more present. Think of them as opportunities to explore nature, try new things, or just kick our feet up and relax, I wish. Long breaks help prevent decision fatigue too. When we experience decision fatigue, our brains are sapped of creative ideas. We struggle to focus and we can't make decisions as easily as we usually do. Luckily, longer breaks have been found to help us recover from work-related strains and improve our well-being. They give our minds a rest from the stressors of work and daily life. If our decision-making abilities aren't what they usually are, we must put in the effort to improve our situation. Knowing when our brains need a longer break is an essential part of self-care. Which we all getting there, right? We getting there. Now this one is here. We normally used to the one where we say work hard and play hard. I like how they change it up and say work hard and rest hard, right? We love to work hard. Seeing all that our hard work brings us is rewarding, right? Who doesn't like to be patted on the back for working so hard? But so is learning the importance of taking breaks. Learning how to take a break while still having self-control helps us take care of our mental health and well-being. It shows us that we can work hard and value rest simultaneously. It's a form of self-care because we choose to improve our physical and mental health rather than let our work harm it. We're also demonstrating that we value our work-life balance when taking a break. By stopping to take breaks, we're showing ourselves that there's more to our lives than only working. And that's pretty special. Find support from someone outside of your work team. BetterUp can provide the guidance and accountability you need to take more breaks. We'll help you devise a plan that will allow you to take scheduled breaks and learn how to recognize when you need a longer one. Now, I skipped a part there. What did I miss? Okay. Oh, no, I didn't. Alrighty. Now, I had to go over that because that one tells you all about your minor breaks, your, what do they call them? Micro breaks, 5 to 10 minute breaks, whatever the case may be. But it also references in there to break away from life sometimes, right? Get out of your, how do you say this, your day-to-days if you feel, or if you're, let me start over with that. We all have habits on a day-to-day basis that make us a little lazy or make us procrastinate. What it's trying to tell you is take a break from all of that. You know what I mean? If it's got to be a small break, a long break, take a break from it and kind of get back to you, right? Get back to what you think you should be doing. But when you take those breaks, don't overdo it. Don't let the break become a procrastination too. Then you just stay on break forever. You know what I mean? That's not the goal of it. What you want to try to do here is you want to realize that life is always going to throw things at you. And it's not your job to sit there day in and day out and dodge them. You're not bobbing and weaving 24/7. What you realize is sometimes it's okay for you to tag a teammate in or tag somebody else in or call or press pause. It's okay to press pause sometimes for you to stop dodging, for you to sit back, get a drink of water, get some exercise in, play a video game. I don't know, whatever the case may be for you. But it'll show that it's okay to kind of pause, take a step back and look at the picture, right? Look at what's really going on. I think we're also caught up in trying to finish things or trying to get something done before the next or the last, that we have this sense of a challenge, which is like a self-challenging thing, and it doesn't need to be there. Me personally, like, the reason why I want to take this little break from just trying to be the bigger person is because I'm much better off as an asshole. Being a bigger person, it just gets me more bullshit, more drama. I got to worry about, pettiness and bitterness. And it's just so weird and crazy to me how people are in life. You know what I mean? It's so weird. But with all of that being said, it's just, I'm taking a break from it all because I need to. I'm so focused on trying to be a better person, I can't even appreciate the amount of growth I've come through. You know what I mean? I want to just take some time to appreciate that part of me. I want to really sit back and look at all the growth I've done and how I've changed over the years. You know what I mean? I just feel like I really deserve that much, at least. I really feel like I deserve that much. I used to take trips, like every month I would take a trip to California or somewhere out of town that wasn't too far away, just as a break to relax. I don't even do none of that no more. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy to see how much my life has changed since I've decided to work on myself, and improve myself. So it's I don't know, man. It's wild, but it is what it is. Another thing I want to talk about is, I'm going to bring this up because of how I explained that I want next year to go for me, okay? I'm going to talk about dating right now. Like, I already didn't care too much for it, you know what I mean? I didn't care too much for it. One of the reasons I never cared too much for dating is because everybody's either tied up on somebody else, on an ex, baby daddy, whatever the case may be, or someone in the past, or they're in a relationship and they don't want to leave the relationship, but they don't want to be honest about what's going on either. They'll come and say that they broken up, but then you find out they still together and you've been messing with this person the whole time. It's kind of crazy, the kind of things you get told. All in all, with all of that being said, it's just like that drives my decision. Originally, I didn't really want to date anybody because it's hard for me to want to date someone when my heart only wants one person. And until I can completely heal from that person and not want them anymore, I just feel like it wouldn't be fair to any other woman I deal with now, because all of these patterns just show me like it's a wild, crazy world out here. You know what I mean? And you got to be careful who you trust and who you're dealing with. So until I can get to that point, like, I've always just held off on it, and I try to just stay in my own little bubble. Now, I'm a man and I do have needs, so, sometimes I want to, get my needs met and satisfied, you know what I mean? But at least I always try to communicate beforehand what the situation is with me and what's going on. Am I telling y'all that if somebody came out the blue tomorrow and they hit on every check mark on my list, that I wouldn't give them time or give them a chance? I'm not saying that, because I probably would. What I'm telling you is that I'm just being very careful to the point where, like, it's not of interest to me right now. Like, if you can wow me and you can show me, go for it, albeit, no problem at all. But it's just, that's just, I'm a coach. Coaches don't play. It's not in the cards for me right now. You know what I mean? And I'm okay with that. I am perfectly fine with that. 2024 is coming up, though. And, this is going to sound crazy. I had a toxic year before. I called it a toxic year, which was 2020. But I want to reinvent that year, right? I don't want it to be toxic, but I do want to be carefree. So 2024 is going to come, and in 2023, I was an asshole. I didn't give a fuck. I didn't care. If it didn't affect me or it didn't bother me, it didn't matter. It didn't fucking matter. But I did so much growing in that year as well with that attitude and that mindset. So part of me is like, are you really trying not to go back to that? Or do you just want to go back to that in a healthier way? And that's when I realized that, like, I can actually have a carefree year. I can actually take care of myself. Like, I deserve that much, right? And I can do it in a healthier way. Because in 2020, it was just one of those times where I was like, you know what? If now's the time for you to open up your death row. Death row. I might bring that back again. Actually, let me think about that. We might be limited spots available this year, though, for death row contracts. For sure. Limited spots available. Nowhere near as many as last time. It's not going to happen. Now it's more exclusive, only a handful maybe. And I'm going to have a great year. I'm going to have a good time. I think I'm ready to remind everybody, like, what I could do, the trouble I could get into if I wanted to. I'm ready to just show, like, I've been calm for a little too long. I can be a bad guy. Welcome to my villain arc. I think that's what New Year's is going to be. 2024, my slogan is going to be, it's my villain year, my villain arc. It started. Yeah, I like the sound of that. Again, every villain ain't bad, because even though we all watch Black Panther, I'm pretty sure most of us agree with Killmonger. You know what I mean? I'm just being honest. I'm pretty sure most of us agree with him. So yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do for the next year. That's what's going to be my game plan. I get to have myself another carefree year, right? And when I say carefree, I'm not talking about I'm finna go around and fuck everything I want to. Like, I'm not doing all of that. That's not the part I really care for. I want to make sure I have a carefree year, because if it's not about me or my children, I do not fucking care. Doesn't matter. Does not matter. I'm going to tell everybody that when they come right to me, don't care. Don't want to hear it. All year long. It's going to be great. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. Just remember how fun 2020 was. This is going to be even better. I can't wait. I'm pretty excited. Speaking of the new year coming up, let me talk about my New Year's resolution, because I completely forgot about that. I did have a New Year's resolution that I want to start going. So lately I've been doing a little bit of working out in home. So I've been doing like little push-ups and, things like that, sit-ups here and there, just to get myself ready. But come New Year's, I've signed up for a gym membership, and I should at least have been there for that day, if not the very next day. But one of the two will happen. One of the two will happen for sure. But I cannot wait. I cannot wait for it. I'm going to get it done. I'm going to get it going. But I have a lot of things I want to take care of and get done for that year. So I also want to start traveling more. But when I say traveling more, I don't mean, just going to California every single month. What I want to do is I want to travel more with my kids. I want to be more involved with my kids' lives outside of work. You know what I mean? So, for example, Thanksgiving came. I went to work on Thanksgiving when I probably should have took off and, maybe just cooked a little bit at the house myself. Well, actually, you know what I mean? Honestly, I couldn't have cooked if I wanted to. And things are expensive out here. I probably would have cooked a Hot Pocket for us. No, I'm playing. But back to the conversation at hand. I do a lot of working on holidays, and my only off days are Monday, Tuesdays, which my kids are at school on Monday, Tuesdays. So even with that being my off days, I barely get time to really see them because they're at school for 6 hours out the day, plus they're only up, for about 7 hours out the day with me before they go to sleep. So it's just like we really, really get to spend time with each other because of my work schedule. And I think for holidays, I should really start taking off just to spend it with them. I don't like taking off because I like holiday pay. I'll be honest. But to be fair, those are my children and they deserve my time. You know what I mean? So I do want to try to make 2024 a more year that that I am more involved with the children that year. For example, this past week they did breakfast with the firefighters, and it was pretty dope because I used to want to do stuff like that, and the fact that their mom had to work, unfortunately, right? She had to be to work at 8:30. It started at 8 to 11:30, or 8 to 11. I didn't have to be to work till 11:30. So guess who can make it? Dad got you. And that's what you do. It's a team effort. You know what I mean? Sometimes both of us may not be able to be there, but one of us can, right? One of us can still make it. But they had so much fun. Like, we went and we did breakfast. So they had pancakes and orange juice, like hot chocolate and stuff. They had these little tables around the fire station. And it was at the fire station. But they had these little tables around the fire station that the kids can go visit and talk to the people about one at a time. And my kids, man, they wasn't like me, because when it came to those tables in the fire truck, I asked every single question I could ask. I wanted to know everything. I wanted to know it all. You know what I mean? Give me all the details. But I had to ask them for them. But we was at the tables, they got the little goodie bags, and especially when they gave out a little candy or when they gave out crayons and coloring books, they went crazy. You know what I mean? They went crazy. But it was a cool little time. It was a great moment. They had one of the radio stations, I think, there with them as well. What else happened? Oh, they did a raffle. They did a raffle there for the kids, giving out little gifts and stuff. We didn't win anything, unfortunately, but we had a great time. We went outside to the fire truck, and when we went to the fire truck, I just couldn't believe. The kids were excited, but they were just quiet. You know what I mean? They were just quiet. So we went around. We walked around. They took a couple pictures with a couple different firefighters. They went around the truck, got to learn different things on the truck, what they do, what they're for, who controls what, when they would control it, and why they would control it. So it was pretty fun to have them do all of that. And it was just the oldest two I had with me, Terrence and Kalila. After getting around or walking around, of course, we went inside the fire truck, let them take pictures on the inside, let them go into the driver's seat to take some pictures as well. Like, all in all, it was fun. It was exciting. I was happy to be there. Like, I was happy to have that kind of fun with the kids. So the fire station, however, was like right around the corner from their grandma's house or their mom's house. So instead of us having to, we walked back home. We walked back over there. I walked them back over that way, of course, because I had to go to work soon too. So we left around 10:20, 10:30-ish from the breakfast. On the way home, we stopped at a yard sale. And this was pretty fun because my kids, they never been to one with me, but we did that day. We went to a yard sale, and I think I had maybe like $13 or $14 on me in cash. So I was like, you guys just spend it on whatever, which they got a lot of cool stuff. Terrence ended up getting some new dress shoes. Kalila got a new notebook. She also got a new bear. Terrence got a new toy, like Pop Funko toy. I forgot what else it was. They had it was a belt, and God, what was the other toy that Kalila got? A backpack. She got a backpack as well. But then I also made sure they got something for Miracle, because, even though Miracle's not here with us at the yard sale, we want to make sure that we are fair to everybody in the household. I told him Junior is just too small for anything there, so he didn't need anything. But all in all, it was just the joy on their face walking around, shopping at the little yard sale. I gave them the money in their hand. I'm like, well, how much is it? And when they told me, I gave it to the kids. The kids went to go pay for it. Teach them some responsibility right now. But it was just fun. After we did all of that, we loaded everything in the Kalila's backpack that she bought. A couple things I carried because, just too big for the backpack. And we're just walking back to their grandma's house. And it was just so fun. It was pretty cool. It was pretty dope to have that little morning and day with the kids. But stuff like that is what I'm trying to do more. I want to be more involved with them. I want to be there more often. I want to be able to take the time off and say, you know what, I need to be there for the kids for this. I need to be there for that. They had a play yesterday, which, I completely missed because I thought it was going to be today. So I planned on going today. But And that was my fault because they mom even reminded me that it was yesterday. So that was all on me, and I apologize to the kids for that. But in the future, like, I'm trying to do everything I can to be more involved in and outside of work and in and outside of their school work and school life. I just want to be a more active parent. And everybody says, well, it looks like you're active now. And I'm like, probably so, but I could be better. I could do better, and I will. I will do better for sure. But it's just one of the things for the new year that I want to work on because, man, my kids mean everything to me. They mean the world to me, you know what I mean? So I definitely don't want them to feel like that they don't, or ever make them feel like that, they come second to anything or anyone. Also, with the new year going on, new year, new me, right? New phone, who this? I might change my phone number next year. We never know. We'll see. We shall see. Back to the whole nice guy thing, though. Back to the whole nice guy thing. Now, I just got tired of, when I say nice guy, it means pretty much you get ran over all the time because of your kindness, You're so nice, you're so considerate, you do everything you can for people without batting an eye, without complaining, without making it seem like they're putting too much on your plate. You want to help everyone in the world, you know what I mean? But it sucks because as much as you put into it, the benefits you reap are nowhere near as good as it. Oh, you think it's okay because I go home and tell myself I'm a good person? Fuck that. I tell you that to myself with tears coming down my eyes because all of the bullshit I deal with in the world. So I got a lot farther in life when I was an asshole. I got a lot farther in life. I didn't have to worry about any issues or problems. Everybody knew exactly how I was dealing with me. And I think because I showed everybody that, but then I put it back in a cage, I say, you know what? Now that everybody know what you can do, it's time to lock you back up. It's time to put you back in a cage. That was a mistake. I should have found a way to coexist with the asshole side of me. So that way you would have known he's always there and he's always here. And it's okay, you know what I mean? I learned from my mistakes. I learned my lessons. And since I'm not really trying to use my mind at the moment anyway, I'm going to let him back out and let him have fun. When I let Quanni out, and honestly, I never have to worry. It's like the asshole side of me cares more about me. And it's funny, but I get why that part of me would care more about me because that's the part of me that has all the anger and hostility in it. You know what I mean? That's the part of me that is taking all of the trauma and all of the pain and put it in one place for me to use it as, never-ending ammo for fuel, as for motivation and drive. So I'm not surprised that it happens that way. I just need to get back to it because, man, life was a lot less stressful back then, a lot less stressful. Society seems to take advantage of the nice guys. They take our kindness and they turn it against us as a weakness. And I want to be able to live this life where I can literally imagine the devil and angel popping up on each shoulder. You know what I mean? And then you got me as the asshole to say, well, yeah, angel, you make sense, but so does the devil. So instead of me doing one or the other, I'm going to combine those things and make it in a way that I want to do it. You know what I mean? So if I feel like I want to go out and celebrate and do something, I'm going to go out and celebrate and do it. As simple as that. I don't need permission. I don't need acceptance. I don't need anybody else to follow along to do so. For example, right now, in 2 weeks, I want to do a Christmas karaoke day at Q Karaoke. I want it to be where we are there for about 2 to 3 hours, and the entire time we are singing Christmas songs, whether that's Chris Brown this Christmas to any kind of Grinch. I don't know what it may be, but I want us to all to go out and do a Christmas karaoke. Consider it Christmas caroling on Facebook Live, something like that. You know what I mean? But that's what I want to do. That's what I want to do. The week of Christmas, I want to go out, go to the karaoke spot, and do nothing but Christmas songs. I guess you can call it indoor Christmas caroling. No pun intended. No pun intended. But I'm telling you, I want to try to get that done. In a way, though, being an asshole in the terms of a lot of other people, like, I just stand on business. You know what I mean? I stand on nothing but pure business. I'm at a point in my life where I don't care if it's friend, family member, associate, coworker. I'm tired of being nice. I am. I am going to get to a point now where you're just going to see me be cordial. Because if I don't have nothing nice to say to you, I'm just going to ignore you. But if you keep pushing it and you keep pressing the issue, I will express how I feel. And then it'll be on you. And I really won't care because I told you to leave me alone in the first place. I'm super excited to go back to being this person that I used to be. I'm super excited. Because I knew that I, as an asshole, I didn't let nobody play with me or play with my feelings. I don't care who you was. Nobody. I am really at a point where you either show me you mean business or I'll show you the door. No, seriously. You either show me you're about business or I'm going to show you the door. I don't care about being nice and being gentle and being calm anymore. Now I want to show you that I too can raise hell if I wanted to. And what are you going to do about it? Nothing. You can't. But mentally I'm at a place where I deserve it. I deserve to be able to have time off to where I only care about how I feel. You know what I mean? I only care about how I feel. Regardless of what y'all may say or what y'all may have going on, I'm tired of turning the other cheek. I'm so tired of it. Everyone wants you to turn the other cheek because they think you can't. They don't think you have the balls to stand up and fight them. In reality, I have the ability to fight you, to fight it, whatever the case may be. Sometimes it's not worth it. Sometimes I don't think it's worth it, and I don't feel like it, so I just don't want to do it. You know? Now, though, worth it or not, you want to fight? I mean, what I'm saying, my daughter always comes to me, you want to fight? From now on, if there seems to be something or an issue with anything going on or the way that I am doing something, and you got something to say about it, I would first think about if it's your place or not. And if it is your place, which it shouldn't be either way because you're not me, learn how to communicate effectively. Otherwise, just please stay the fuck out my way. Please stay the fuck out my way. Let it be and leave me be. If you are not my children, I'm not going to show you any sympathy or empathy. Y'all wanted the bad guy? Here I am. I'm going to take care of myself the way I want to, without caring about how anybody may feel when it comes to that. Again, 2020 was that year where I was on top, man. I did what I wanted to do. I had everything I wanted. Nobody could tell me anything. I was living life to my best ability. And it was great. I grew a lot. I learned a lot. I went through a lot. But all in all, I enjoyed myself. I may have been exhausted at the end of the year, but that's because, and I ain't gonna talk about the bodies I went through that year. We ain't gonna talk about it. But dealing with that many different women in this single year, just to prove a point to my friends, never again. Never again. Now I want to be in a more calm situation where it's like maybe just like, it may be a certain lineup of employees for death row. I'm really going to bring death row back. I'm going to bring the website back and everything. You know what? I've figured it out. I'm going to just go back to showing y'all. Even though death row was toxic, we went through a deep cleaning. And I'm going to bring back a healthy death row. A more environmental friendly version of it, and have my fun. 2024 is my year to kick back, relax, and enjoy life. Me and the kids are going to be taking plenty of trips, whether that's to California or Florida, or wherever the case may be. We're going to be taking plenty of trips next year. We're going to be in our own little world, just me and the gang. You know what I mean? Just me and the gang. I love them so much, man. and they're pretty dope little individuals. They're like mini me's. I see my personalities in all of them. I see little bits of my personality in all of them. Miracle, no, Kalila is the little asshole, but she's also the sensitive side of me. So she got the, double-edged sword. Miracle is the affectionate side of me, so I definitely see that. Terrence, he's just the, I don't want to say sneaky, but he's the creative side of me. I see that for sure. Junior, we've yet to see exactly what it is. But he can eat like I used to, like I can. So I know that much. He can definitely eat. But we'll see what his little personality traits are going to be like. Because right now I can't really tell what it is about him. But he's only 6 months old. Or he will be in 2 days, 6 months old. But all in all, you know what I mean? Like, my kids are great and amazing. And, they get that empathy and sympathy like they will always get. But for everybody else, man, if you're not them, you're not them. I don't know what to tell you. You just welcome Quanni back. He is out of his cage, and tread lightly. For the best part, tread lightly. Anyway, I will catch y'all. Again, social media isn't one of my fortes right now, so you all still won't see me on social media. I'm not sure how much longer this is going to last. I can't tell you all when there's an end date for it or when it'll stop. I can't tell you none of that because it's been a great feeling to be able to take a step back from social media and socializing in general and just working on me and like being there with the ones that really love me. You know what I mean? Right now, it's been the biggest thing to help me with the turnover I had last month, with feeling a certain type of way. And now I'm back and I'm in action. I made a game plan. I've got a goal. I'm going to get there the way I want to get there. I'm going to take my time getting there. And death row contracts coming out soon. Apply within. Not all applications will be accepted. And there is a limited spot availability open. But if you were here for the last time, you'll enjoy this next round. But again, so sorry for the socials right now. You only have that up. I guess I may need to bring it back at least by the new year. So I guess we may have a set date since I am bringing Death Row back in. However, we'll see. I will catch y'all next week, again, on the hottest radio station on the planet, Hot 702.5 FM. Until then, peace, love, and hair grease. I'll catch y'all next week.